So this Chuck Bednarik hit on Frank Gifford that knocked Frank Gifford out for a whole season. I like how they got number 44 very prominently featured, and it's considered the 44th greatest play in NFL history. I forgot to mention in the intro coming up that in the clip they're about to show of the wild card game. I love that with the Eagles involved, they got Frank Gifford doing the telecast. Alright, some super quick thoughts, then we'll get into it. So, the first person I know of to steal Autogram's thunder was Joe Montana. Actually, Unitas. So, Baltimore connection there. And then Joe Montana, 49ers connection there. And then, of course, Tom Brady. Okay, so Patrick Mahomes now getting Autogram shine. I think it's interesting that Autogram is called the original quarterback and his initials are OG. Now we're going to cover the 95 Eagles-Lions wild card, in which the Detroit Lions were upset by the Eagles with their own quarterback, Rodney Peete.
Are you ready for some football?
It's all over for the Miami Dolphins. They have been sent to the NFL's final resting place. But the Buffalo Bills are still alive, and they advance on to next week's conference playoffs. Up now, today's NFC wildcard game with the Detroit Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles. Detroit's Barry Sanders had another sensational year carrying the football. He gained 1,500 yards this season. The Lions' offense was the league's most prolific, as quarterback Scott Mitchell had by far the best year of his career. And the great wide receiver, Herman Moore, caught more passes this season than any player in the history of the game. The Lions have won their last 7 games, and this team is rolling.
Players are playing like we know we can win. We know what we're capable of doing, and we know what our talents are.
The Detroit Lions have a long history in the NFL, and now they set out to win their first NFL championship in nearly 40 years. The Detroit Lions face the Philadelphia Eagles. Thank Gifford to Al Michaels and Dan Deerdorf. Happy you're with us. And again, the Eagles and the Detroit Lions both are 10-6 on the season, but as far as I'm concerned, the Philadelphia Eagles are the least likely team to have made these playoffs. They were 7-9 a year ago. They fired the coach. They brought in a very unlikely head coach, Ray Rhodes. He wasn't their first choice, but he was a good one. And he has kind of convinced his team, willed his team, if you will, and they were a very unlikely bunch of players too, and he has convinced them that they can win. And they come in feeling that if they lose today, well, it will be a bad season for them, even though they were 10-6. They're thinking Super Bowl. Meanwhile, the Detroit Lions, we've heard all about them. They are the hottest team in the league. They have the 1,500-yard rusher Al in Barry, and they have the 1,500-yard receiver, and they have a 4,000-yard passer. What don't they have?
Well, and among other things, they probably saved Wayne Fonz's job as well with that 7-game winning streak. Offensively, terrific. #1 in yards gained, #2 in points.
Have a situation here in this Apple TV Patriots show that is a level of petty that I have never seen before. They edited out the word Foles from the touchdown call by Al Michaels during the Philly special. This is the call by Michaels, obviously saying the word Foles because he's the one who got the touchdown. Caught Foles touchdown. So what does the Apple show do? Caught touchdown. They edited out the word Foles. It took them longer to do that than just to play the thing anyway. I don't know why they did that. Maybe because Tom Brady participated in the stock and he's still bitter about losing to that man in the Super Bowl.
So this is Skins running back Larry Brown.
In 1969, the Washington Redskins drafted a blocking back in the 8th round. A year later, Larry Brown was the best runner in pro football.
He was the best running back for 4 years, so it's interesting his last name's Brown. Alright, we got Jim Thome. He's a very notorious Cleveland Indians hitter. Batting average 276. That's our 67 coding. Let's see. What else we got? Came back to the Indians. Finished in Baltimore. Number 25 retired. That's dope. Drafted in 89. Also dope. Went to the Dodgers for a minute. We like that. 6 seasons with 40 plus home runs. Let's see. .284 against fastballs. 47.6, 74 and 76 coding. 1747 palindrome if you drop the 1. 47 both ways. Poll of 464 MLB players. Post Mike or look at Mike. First one to be inducted without Chief Wahoo. I really don't want to read all this. We know it's loaded up. So the reason I was doing this is because Jim Thome's family cancels Browns season tickets over to Deshaun Watson trade. So I should have known that all that shit was too cursed for them being a Super Bowl. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me. You know what I mean? Like, all these just gotta come back around. They're gonna believe in Belichick and Tom Brady, of course. You fucking kidding me?
What would you get?
It says, withdrawing in disgust is not the same thing as apathy.
Inspector Rodney Pete will just flip it as far as he can. Look for the defensive foul.
Third down from the 43-yard line. Walking it toward the end zone and picked the
Oh my God!
Carpenter caught it. How in the world did Carpenter catch it?
Well, let's go back to the timeout that was called by Ray Rhodes. It began there. And Wayne says, what a nightmare I'm in.
Coach has so many crazy concoctions he's come up with that he hasn't been able to spit out to yet. So we're going to try to hopefully get to at least a handful of them. Because there's some stuff I just can't stop thinking about. But obviously I told you about the, in the post, I told you about my theory on the Colts, or the Baltimore Ravens and the Indianapolis Colts. I think the Ravens either leave Baltimore. I'm cool with the Ravens dying altogether, honestly, and they just get the Colts from Indianapolis, and Indiana just does without a team. That's way good with me. It's just what I like. Sorry. Night Train Lane. I think we covered him, but I thought it was interesting that he started with the Cleveland Rams, right? And then, the old Arizona Cardinals, and they're still in Chicago. And then finished up with the Detroit Lions. So watch this kick that kept the Browns from the Super Bowl. You're telling me this is a made field goal? I guess it's possible. Let's see. So the Lions lost defensive tackle, torn ACL, running back MCL, cornerback broken jaw, and another cornerback to a broken leg in a single game. That's definitely not good. Getting a lot of excuses. Edgar Allan Poe, born 1809, 86 coding, died in 1849. That's 84 and 64 coding. Let's see. I'll see how far. Was born in Boston, Massachusetts, died in Baltimore. Obviously, that's why they're the Ravens. Mahomes has a mild high ankle sprain, so he has a mildly broken ankle. So I'm just throwing that out there. Oh, the Raven was written in 1845, so that's 84 coding. But then, look, he follow-up essay in 1846. So you get the 84 and the 64 together. Boston Bulldogs. Okay, the coach obviously obsessed with the Canton Bulldogs. But there's also the Boston Bulldogs. Okay, and then other professional sports football teams from Boston. The Boston Braves, who became the Skins. So coach's theory is the Commanders get the Skins logo back and rebrand to the Washington Braves. Coach is way down with that. So he thinks they're just going to be the Braves with the old Skins logo. Just as good. And then, of course, then you get the Boston Braves back, which are the Skins anyways. What's the fucking difference? And then, so this is just crazy to me. Unrelated Canton Bulldogs team played in the United Football League in 1964. Yeah, they're unrelated. We'll believe that. Team's name was coincidental, as it had moved from Cleveland and kept its original nickname. That team moved to Philadelphia, where it became the Philadelphia Bulldogs. All in all, this version of the Bulldogs, Cleveland, Canton, Philadelphia, played from 61 to 66. Lasted 2 years. Another Canton Bulldogs team was slated to play in 2012. So I definitely think they're going to bring back the Canton Bulldogs. Hopefully 46. That'd be dope as hell. Just get rid of the fucking Bengals. And then that made no sense. So Dan Campbell, some goofy onside kick. So he's got to tighten up or just out. I like how risky he is, to be honest with you. Do whatever he thinks can let you win. As long as he doesn't, as long as he has enough balls to not care what these idiots fucking think, one way or the other. So they were weighing the pros and cons of the Lions signing Nick Foles before. So coach has to say it. I don't know how I was seeing Nick Foles on the Browns. He's taken Goff's spot on the Lions, 100%. And Foles is winning the fucking thing. The Browns are going to trade for Hendon, I guess, because they wanted him the whole time. So get Hendon on the Browns. I hate that he's got to lose, but they can sign, like, Teddy Bridgewater, too. But, like, you're telling me Foles comes back, wins the championship for the Lions? That's not good enough to trade Goff. You know what I mean? Like, the Lions would be crazy not to want to give Foles another chance. Probably he's only 36. Brady played into his fucking 40s, right? You know what I mean? You don't think they're gonna want to pay Foles the money and trust him over Goff and send Goff's ass to the Cardinals, right? And how about this plot twist? So Belichick 100% comes back. Foles beats Belichick again in that quarterback the Browns so desperately need that they said was in the booth as Matt Ryan. It's fucking Tom Brady. Yeah, the Browns are getting Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. And Foles is going to smoke their ass again after he smokes the fucking Eagles in the playoffs. Tell me that shit's not going down. You know I'm right. All right, let's keep rolling. Let's see. So he went 21-11 as a starter. Pretty solid. He has one game played against the Lions. It was the fucking Snow Bowl. He finally threw a pick in that game, right, and let the Lions take an early lead. Shady rushed for 57 yards against them, or what was it? Oh, 57-yard touchdown. So you know 57 is important. Let's see. Sorry about that timer. Oh, is Kevin Stefanski coaching for his job. I absolutely believe so, and I think he's going to get fired. They may let him come back in next season. No, yeah, he's not going to come back in next season. I hope not. I want the Browns just rolling out the gate. Yeah, and like all the fall starts and stuff, I was saying the same thing. Yeah, like just Stefanski sucks, clearly. Let's see. This guy's saying let Stefanski draft whoever they want because it's all in the bad quarterback play. Well, yeah, Tom Brady wouldn't have that problem, right? And then let's just wrap it up.